Okay, so the build concept here is probably impossible. I just want to warn you of that in advance because I want to try and build a starter home using the new kitchen clutter and also restoration workshop kits. Right off the bat, clutter and starter home don't really mix that well. And then you tack on trying to put a garage in the house. I just don't see how we're going to be able to manage this, but I like to try and build a starter home with every single new Sims pack release. I think I'm going to build it over here in San Sequoia because the lot is kind of wide, which means we'll have space for the garage. I also got to cheat the weather apparently. And of course, cheat my Sims money back down to 20,000. I think we'll probably do something like what we did yesterday with the fake garage and the fake garage doors in the base game. So I want it to be kind of small and skinny. And then for the actual house, we want to have, I mean, probably 2 bedrooms if we can manage. Emphasis on if we can manage. Okay, so here's kind of what I'm thinking for the general shape of the house. It's very simple. It's a very simple small house. And then maybe inside, we could split this up into like bedroom, bedroom. This could be a bathroom. I might want to build out something small that can become the kitchen. So maybe that could be the kitchen and we could have like a back patio of some sort. Do we dare put a fake chimney? I don't know. We probably can't afford that. Who am I kidding? Let's not spend money on walls we don't need. I think also maybe the whole house could get shrunk if it'll fit like that. Oh, it doesn't look as good. Never mind. Sorry. Leave it big, my bad. Maybe we shrink the back though. Okay, and then, oh, I could maybe make the whole place a little bit skinnier this direction if that would help us out. And I could actually probably make this bedroom a little bit smaller too. Yeah, unfortunately, you know, when in doubt, make it smaller. That is like the best way to go about this. Ooh, we can't afford those. We have to use like cheap counters. Even these counters are like a little bit on the pricey side, but here's what I'm thinking. We can put the stove. Oh, it's very expensive. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I'm thinking about giving them the little partially broken stove and then making your Sims have to repair it themselves if they want a stove. Because I just don't think that we can afford to buy that and then also put some in the fake garage. So if we put this in here straight away, maybe we stick to like the broken microwave too, then we can still use it and it gives you like a quest for your Sims to work on when they first start playing in the house. Oh, look at how nice those windows look. Hey, let's talk about the windows for a second because I haven't really made a plan for this build yet. I think I'm gonna try and use this orangey toned wood, which usually I don't like very much, but I think would be fun to try. Not that floor. Not in here. Nope. I would really love to have bar stools. Like, would really love if I could have bar stools in this kitchen. I don't know if I can afford them, but I'm gonna try. I'm also gonna pick something like this. You see how it's kind of got some funky colors to it? Or maybe that's even better because it has like a little bit of that light green. How much was this? $5.45. I'm gonna do that anyway. And I'm gonna use a lot of eco lifestyle in here too. There's gonna be so many packs in this build. I'm sorry in advance. But see, like that totally fits the vibes of the room. We can also put another one kind of over here. Same thing, has some funky colors to it. $450. Then we look at like these trendy chairs. Oh, it's such a nice set of furniture though. Do you think I could still use it? It actually is a really nice layout and like nice setup of furniture. I would really like to get a chair in the corner of this room, but I know I probably can't afford that. So I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna hold off on the chair. I'm also gonna just use the tile that comes from growing together in the kitchen. We can do the same floor tile. I'll get a little bathtub, a little sink, a little toilet, and nothing else for now. I'd love to buy some decor, but I care more about the other rooms. And you know what? I don't even have a door to the patio right now, so why am I bothering with that? We do need to buy at least a couple stair type things. I'm beginning to grow concerned. Oh, we could do the sort of bad bed. This is from City Living. It's only $290. So we could probably use that in here. Get some Dream Home Decorator nightstands, Dream Home Decorator dresser, because that's pretty cheap as well. Or maybe a desk would be better. Okay, I know I can't afford that computer, but I'm gonna try to keep it. The kids' room, we could do like the absolute bare minimum cheapest furniture. I'll probably change the colors up of these things, but if we just buy a few for now and like leave them in there for a second, we can come back to it and add to it later on. I'm gonna put that fake debug garage door in. We can just set it right there. We do need to have an actual door, like some kind of side door or something. Oh, maybe we could put, oh, this is gonna be a little bit expensive. I don't know if I should be doing this. It's like a lot of money on a little bit of decoration, but maybe we could put this side door again and we could kind of line them up like this. I do like that because it gives a little bit of something on the side of the house. It also puts something else inside the primary bedroom, and then it gives us nice access to the garage. We have 2,000 simoleons left. and I have to paint everything outside. So let me just buy something. I won't use this wallpaper, but I just want to put a wallpaper down inside and out. I think we could also really benefit from at least 1 or 2 lights. You know, like 1 by each door or something. I currently have only used a sink from the kitchen clutter kit, so maybe I'll put some cleaning supplies in there. If I could use this big picture frame, that would be amazing. I kind of like the colorful version, so I might use that. And there are a couple things like the little cereal box, we could probably use it. This fruit thing is kind of expensive, but maybe I could put it on the wall. Those plants are small and cheap, so I could use those. 55 for the dishes. Oh my god. Well, I have currently used more garage clutter in the kitchen than I have used kitchen clutter in the kitchen. Okay, I'm currently replacing the wallpaper with something cheaper. I don't know why I didn't do that sooner, because I just saved loads of money. This is only 25. I really like that. That's good. Okay, in the garage, let's take a second. This nice and cheap wallpaper. We can absolutely get behind that. What else do we have access to? Oh my gosh, it's so expensive. Okay, this tool board, 180. That's good. This is 1,000? Okay, well, we can't be using that. I'm gonna be getting the cheap base game woodworking table, which is actually not even that cheap. It's still 750 simoleons. Sawdust is cheap. Stains on the floor are cheap, so we could use those. Workshop Wonders, this is pretty cheap. The light is more expensive than what I had before, which is pretty disappointing, to be honest. Okay, what if it was 22,000 simoleons? Because if we had a couple thousand extra, we'd be in a way better spot. I mean, imagine it. We can get lights on either side of the garage door. Huge. Also, I forgot to put a roof on this. I can do that real quick too. I think what I'm gonna do next is go through and actually paint the walls and like fix the exterior to the best that I can. I need a trash can outside, and we could like get that trash can inside of the garage, and that would be okay. Okay, I've made some big progress on the exterior. I've made a few possible mistakes. Like, I spent some money on columns that I probably shouldn't, but they're only 25 simoleons because they're horse ranch columns. I also went through and I tried to get a little bit of trim on the sides of the house. So what I did is I just put like flooring down up here. I know it looks a mess. And then I took this exterior trim and I placed it along the wall. I don't know, I just think it looks so cute like that. It was definitely a lot of money, but I feel as though it was worth it. I think it was justified spending that money. I'm also gonna put my favorite roof. I know, I always use this roof. I can't help it. It's just the best one. We could probably get rid of that tree too and just use some debug ones. Oh wait, that tree? I didn't pay for that. I free real estated this lot. Oh no. So I basically cheated for that tree already. But I like it so much. It'd be kind of cute to have another one, wouldn't it? Okay, this is where it gets dangerous. Like, we probably shouldn't be doing that. Can I move you over a tile, the whole thing? How does that look on the gallery? Literally covered by tree. That's fine. Okay, let me come back in and properly fix this little kid's bedroom. I think I'm gonna do it all orange inside. I just gave them a toy box instead of a nightstand. But I'm also gonna give them one of those little teddy bears. Blarfy, my beloved. This thing's only 10. You can have that. Here's a calendar. 50. Whoa. Well, I'm gonna put the kids' lunchbox inside of their room. This is a lot of money, and I probably shouldn't do it. It's also so dark in here because of the windows, but then at least I've used more stuff from the kitchen clutter kit, so I'm gonna try and keep it. Inside of this room, I need to match that bed somehow. I guess that blue chair might be okay. I don't really like the blue chair, but I never use it, so we could try it. We can do some lamps. I just saved 108 simoleons by changing the wallpaper. My goodness. That is so much better than I thought it was gonna be. Can I make this kind of like a peachy color, the chair? All right, that's a little bit different. Maybe it's kind of a stretch, but let's try it. 700. Okay, we can't use that mirror. I don't have any bookshelves anywhere, so let's put bookshelves. This is only 215, and it kind of has the right color scheme, so I think I'm gonna put this like maybe off to the side. And I would still like to have a mirror, but a lot of them are really pricey, so maybe I'll just skip it. It also might be nice to have a thermostat. This is a little bit on the pricey side too. Maybe if we're lucky, toilet paper. You see how dark these bedrooms look? It's kind of ruining the vibes. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to think about what else we could put inside of this room. I think maybe like an adult's bike and a kid's bike could be kind of cute for the garage. I don't think any of the kids' bikes really come in orange though, which is sad. But we could do like those 2 bikes. That makes sense in a garage space. What else from the restoration workshop kit could be nice to have? Oh, it would have been cool to have like the water heater or a fuse box or something. These tall storage things are only 175. Maybe we could just leave them in there and kind of give you room to grow and add on to them as you play in the house. How much is this worth? Oh, see, it's already over 22,000. Dang it. Let's go into debug again, because I want to look at like a debug car, some debug landscaping. Maybe we make all of the foundation a little bit shorter, because that would save some money on the stairs. It glitches the railings though, and I feel like the railings look really good. Okay, here's an idea. What if we got like little stones and we made kind of like a little fake stone path to lead us to the garage? Sometimes your Sims aren't very smart and they don't walk on top of these. So, oh no, she's fine. She can get there. Okay. I actually really prefer that as a path. I think it looks cooler. Maybe I will delete those. So we should have 302 simoleons left for it to stay under 22K. I am gonna try really hard to make that work. Like, I'm gonna try my absolute best to achieve that. Okay, in businesses and hobbies, there is quite a bit of debug landscaping that I really love. So I'm gonna try and do some of that out here. I think that these are nice, this kind of bush, because it takes up a lot of room, but it's not super busy. So it does a good job of filling in this big open lot that we have. I don't think we should use the businesses and hobbies trees though, because they're a little bit too dark. So I'll have to come back to something else with those. There are some kind of cutesy little businesses and hobbies planters if we wanted to put one by the front porch. Oh, they also have more cutie little cars. These are in different colors. Maybe we do the red car because it kind of pops. How about this little bike wheel? Only 30 bucks. We do also have this really cutie little tree with the flowers. And we could potentially use that and also some bigger trees from other packs. I don't remember really what Growing Together has in its debug. Oh, the reason I don't remember is because none of it's good. I mean, they have like these really cute little flowers. I have definitely used these from time to time. So that'll help it blend into the environment, but I just don't know if that's cute enough. I mean, it's not like not cute. This is just me always wondering if I should be doing more. Oh, they also have these from Growing Together. Maybe I should have used that instead because it's from Growing Together. You could probably put one of those pots on either side of the garage door. A lot of people do that in real life. They have like little potted plants on either side of their garages. Is that a boat? I mean, I probably won't put a boat in the yard, but it's nice to know that we have the option if we for some reason wanted to. I think something else that I would love to have in the garage is like workout equipment. Obviously, I know that we cannot afford that with how much money we've spent already. Oh, a plunger. Should I put that by the toilet? No, probably not. Okay, this is like the big base game oak tree. So we could put that over here. Maybe I could use a big one in the front, a smaller one in the front, I guess. What happens if we kind of put two together back there? I mean, there's definitely a lot of trees happening. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, there is not red flowers or like any other swatches of this Growing Together flower that we're using in the front yard. But now I'm looking at these planter boxes. This is from the base game. I'm looking at these raised up and now I'm kind of like, wait a minute. The red flowers with the red car, that like really pops. So maybe we go back and we replace those yellow flowers with something else. I guess having the red with the green wallpaper is kind of giving Christmas a little bit. But it's not like so Christmas because the green's kind of subtle. It's more of like a sage green than like an outright Christmas green. I don't know if I've ever used these planter boxes from the base game debug before. I've used a few debug ones, but I don't think I've used the red ones. So I am really impressed by those. Let's get rid of all these yellow flowers. There's like little wispy red flowers in the life and death debug, so we could try those instead. And this is where all of a sudden the build uses like a million packs. It just keeps adding up. These are what I'm talking about. They're kind of like poppies. They actually honestly look better with the greenery that we have already. Wait, it's like because the color of the greenery attached to these is a little bit more matchy to the big plants that I've put down. Oh my goodness, I actually think that's beautiful. Just a few little hints of red kind of around. I think I might put a couple more bits back here too. Just some right by the side. Okay, do I want any like right in the front of the lot? Like should there be some right there? Probably not. I don't think I like it with the bush. I do need a mailbox. I think I'll just use the little base game one. The garage is probably good with the exception of it maybe needing another stain or something. So we can add a couple more stains to the floor. That's only 5 simoleons. How much is this door? 50. Okay, that's fine. One of the other things that I would really like to add into the corner is like one more little decorative chair. This is 135. It's from For Rent. I know that I'm kind of pushing it, but I think that we just need something. This primary bedroom is also really sad, but I don't really know what to add. They gave us that base game shelf. Oh, it's 165 for the base game shelf. Okay, what can we remove? How much does this table cost? $450. Oh my God. Oh, well, we could definitely replace the table with something cheaper. Sell that. There's like eco lifestyle craftable ones that we could use instead. I should have 322 simoleons then. Okay, this though, 165 for like a decently cheap little shelf. Maybe we could put a welcome mat by the front door. That's 50, but a little bit goes a long way. I think we could probably swap this out for something a bit nicer, even if it's just terrain paint. What I like about the flooring is that it has like a hard edge, but I would be okay with using terrain paint even for the driveway. We weren't spending any money on what we had before because that was just like the free default floor, but because it was the free default floor, it looks kind of bad to me. It's kind of like how the default roof swatch, it's not like a bad looking roof swatch, but because it is the default roof swatch, to me when it's on, it looks like the build's not done. It almost like ruins that roof color for me because it just looks like I haven't painted the roof yet. It's like the equivalent of this wallpaper. It's just not a real wallpaper in my mind. Okay, I'm honestly really liking the exterior. I am like really pleased with the exterior so far. I do kind of want to change the color in this room. I'm wondering about getting like a peachier wall to tie in some more of this rug. I can rearrange how this plant looks real quick. So we've got it kind of like that. That's 25, that's 40. Okay, I just saved some more money by swapping this out too. This thing, 100 simoleons. That's okay. Is there anything else that we can use? I can't afford much from the kit anymore, but we can get like this little jar. No, I don't like it. We can't even afford oven mitts. Desperate times. No, we could probably just let it be like this. Oh, I should have put more flowers right here. Back into life and death debug real quick. I definitely scrolled past them. That's the ugly red ones. No. Here, these ones are what we want. There's one that's like a little bit more orange and looks kind of dead. Okay, that's perfect. So for the house, we have a thermostat. We have a non-functional kitchen because your sim has to like repair these themselves in order to cook. But they can grab cereal in the meantime. They can also get quick meals from this. So there is food for them. They have to like work their way out to being able to properly cook it though. They have a TV, full bathroom, big dining table, second bedroom with space for a kid, a computer. And then we have a whole garage with like skill building stuff for woodworking, bikes to ride around. And I like this as a starter home because I feel like there's room to grow. Like you could obviously upgrade the appliances in the kitchen. You can add more skill stuff in the garage later on. You can get a better TV. But in terms of like just starting out, this has everything you might possibly need. I'm really pleased with how this worked. I feel like I had way worse expectations. I'm gonna call it starter home with garage, restoration workshop. I even got the kit name right first try. I am really scared to see how many packs it has inside. Ooh, that's rough. That is really rough. I don't think it looks like a starter home from the outside though. I could see myself playing in this starter. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. I really had fun making this one. I am actually gonna be live on Twitch today, again, along with like every day for the entire month fundraising for St. Jude. And today is a big one because we're starting my new legacy challenge. I also have a fun little bonus video that I made for people who donate to the fundraiser. So if you donate with the link down below, you'll get an email that has a link to that secret video. It's a create a sim video making the new founder for my legacy. And you know I don't really make create a sim videos, so it'll kind of give you some behind the scenes on the legacy and stuff too, which hopefully you'll enjoy. I'll post that video publicly in like a month or so, but for now I'm keeping it as like a little special surprise for people who donate. I don't normally put content behind a paywall, so it feels really weird, but I think it's justified when it's like a bonus charity thing, right? But if you want to come and see, I've written a whole brand new 10 generation legacy challenge and we're kind of unveiling it for the first time today. That is linked for you. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everybody, and I'm gonna catch you all tomorrow. Okay? Bye, everybody. I said everybody about a few too many times just then in the end card. Sometimes I do my outro a little bit different than normal and it kind of throws me off. It like feels and sounds so wrong when I say it.